Explore Earth's 7 continents. Big land areas, huge oceans. There are 7 large areas of land on Earth called continents. From largest to smallest, the 7 continents are Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. Find them on this map. And notice, water on Earth. If you look at the map, you can see how much water covers the Earth. And water, it actually covers about 3/4 of Earth. And those are the blue areas that you see. Oceans around continents. 5 oceans flow around the 7 continents. From largest to smallest, so this is the largest ocean, the Pacific. Okay, then it's the Atlantic, the Indian Ocean, the Southern Ocean, and the Arctic Ocean, the smallest ocean. Looking at Earth. North, south, east, and west are the 4 main directions on Earth. The North Pole is the most northern point on Earth. The most southern point on Earth is the South Pole. The weather is cold year-round near the North Pole and the South Pole. And that is because these points, the North and South Pole, are the furthest away from the equator. And the equator is an imaginary line, or a line you do not see, that divides the Earth into 2 equal parts. The weather is hot year-round in places near or on the equator. Huge Asia. There are 50 countries in Asia. A country is part of a continent. A country has borders. Borders are the areas where one country ends and another country begins. A country is run by a group of people called the government. Land and sea in Asia. 3 oceans touch Asia. The Arctic Ocean is along its northern coast, the Pacific Ocean is along its eastern coast, and the Indian Ocean is along the southern coast of Asia. There are also many seas along Asia's coast. A sea is a small area of ocean with land around it. Many of the countries in southeastern Asia and eastern Asia are made up of thousands of islands. An island is land that has water all around it. Japan. The country of Japan is in Eastern Asia. It is made up of about 6,852 islands. This archipelago, or group of islands, is in the Pacific Ocean. Honshu is Japan's biggest island. Tokyo, Japan's capital city, is on Honshu. Exploring Europe. Europe is joined to the continent of Asia. That means Europe and Asia connect. Okay? There are 50 countries in Europe, but several belong to both Europe and Asia. Part of Russia and Turkey, for example, are in Europe and part in Asia. Cities in Europe. More than 820 million people live in Europe, and most of them live in cities. Moscow, London, St. Petersburg, Berlin, Madrid, Rome, and Kiev are the largest cities in Europe. There are many more beautiful cities to explore. Visit some of them on these pages. Continent of Africa. Africa is the second largest continent with more than 50 countries. Some of the countries, such as Madagascar and Seychelles, are islands. The equator, or that imaginary line, passes through Africa. The weather at the equator is hot all year. In fact, most of Africa has hot and sunny weather. Animals in Africa. Many kinds of animals live in Africa. They live in different habitats. Habitats are the natural homes of plants and animals. Grasslands are areas covered in grasses. The grasslands in Africa are called savannas. Many animals live on the African savannas. Africa also has mountain, forest, and desert habitats. North America. North America is made up of 24 countries. The biggest four are Canada, the United States, Mexico, and Greenland. Some countries, such as the Bahamas and Cuba, are islands. The climate of North America is very different from north to south. If any of you have been to Florida or been to the Caribbean, you know it's quite tropical and warm there, much different than it is in New York. These polar bears live in the cold Arctic. In North America, the Arctic is in Canada, Greenland, and Alaska. Alaska is part of the United States. It is always warm in the southern parts of North America that are near the equator. Notice these children are swimming in the ocean in Mexico. The child in the middle is dressed for cold weather. What clothes do you wear in winter, spring, summer, and autumn? Places to see. There are so many amazing places to see in North America. Canada, the United States, and Mexico are full of natural and human-made wonders. Niagara Falls, the Caribbean islands, and the Maya ruins in Mexico are just a few of these. South America has it all. South America is a continent between two oceans. On its west coast is the Pacific Ocean. The equator passes through the top part of South America. The weather is hot and rainy in the areas close to the equator. The southern part of South America is very cold. Huge glaciers or rivers of ice can be found here. The picture on the contents page shows a picture of a glacier in Argentina. 12 countries. The main languages spoken in the 12 countries of South America are Spanish and Portuguese. The countries are Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Guyana, Peru, Paraguay, and Suriname, Uruguay, and Venezuela. Some areas, such as French Guiana and the Falkland Islands, are not countries. They are overseas regions or lands that are part of countries in other continents, such as France and Great Britain in Europe. The Amazon. The Amazon rainforest is The Amazon rainforest in South America is the biggest tropical rainforest in the world. Tropical rainforests grow in areas near the equator, where it's hot and rainy. Most of the Amazon rainforest is in Brazil. The Amazon River, the largest and second longest river in the world, flows through the rainforest. Australia and Oceania. Australia is the smallest continent on Earth. It is completely surrounded by water. Australia is part of a large area called Oceania, which includes thousands of islands. New Zealand, Tahiti, and Fiji are part of Oceania. Many islands in Oceania do not have people living on them. Water all around. The Pacific Ocean surrounds most of the islands of Oceania, but the Indian Ocean touches Australia's west coast. There are also many seas around Australia, such as the Timor Sea, Coral Sea, Arafura Sea, and Tasman Sea. The cold Antarctica. There are no countries on Antarctica, and very few people live there. 48 countries from around the world have signed the Antarctic Treaty, or agreement to protect Antarctica. Scientists live on Antarctica to learn more about the land, glaciers, ocean, weather, and animals that live there. And as you can see on this globe, Antarctica is located at the bottom of the Earth. And most animals cannot live in Antarctica, but penguins can. Instead of flying, penguins use their wings to swim. Almost all of Antarctica is covered in a thick sheet of ice. In some places, the top of the Southern Ocean freezes into thick sheets of pack ice that float in the ocean. Icebergs are huge pieces of ice that extend above and below the ocean.